Good morning and welcome to another episode. Well, it's a brisk southeast Queensland morning and I've headed down to the Gold Coast. The first spot that I'm going to fish this morning is literally at the boat ramp. I'm not even going to start up the outboard motor. We've got a bridge right next to the boat ramp. We've got some lights on it and I'm going to give that a crack straight up. The first lure that I'm going to try this morning is the squidgy prawn. If you've watched any of the recent episodes, you know that I've caught plenty of flathead on this, so I'm going to start with the bait that I'm confident in. There's a bite, might have been a brim. Just had a few bites on that cast, which I think were brim. That lure's probably a little bit big for them to get in their gob, so just going to downsize little bait junkie prawn. Load it up with a bit of S factor. Bigger fish will eat that as well. Nothing on the smaller lure, so we'll go the opposite way, we'll go big. I'm going to chuck the 106 bent minnow, see if we can't get a trevally or a tailor. So far the bridge has proved to be a bit quiet. If you're going to catch fish on a bridge, it's generally first up in the morning. So far, she's pretty quiet. Oh, there's a fish. Didn't take too long for the bent minnow to get eaten. I think that's a tailor too, which is pretty much what I was after. Let's back that drag off a little bit. Going to grab that landing net from the front. I think I've got him hooked in the side, and at the moment he's just head down into that current. Well, that's a lovely fish to start the session with. He'd be about 50 centimetres. You can see that he copped that middle treble there in the shoulder, which made him fight a bit harder than, I guess, the size that he is, but I'm stoked with that. I've got a nice slurry in the esky there. I'll quickly bleed him and get him on ice, and that'll be my dinner tonight. All right, back in the game. Hopefully there's a few more of those around to catch this morning. Just gone back to the soft plastic. You can see a few fish down deep on the sounder. So that bent minnow, while it caught the tailor, it's only getting down maybe 1 or 2 feet. I'm in 4.3 metres of water here, so I'll give this a few casts and then go back to the bent minnow. There's a fish straight away. I'm thinking it's a brim. There we go, first brim for the morning, and that squidgy prawn. I think that's what was eating the lure earlier and I couldn't set the hooks, but managed to somehow get the hook into this one. I'm chasing a feed today, so I'll do the same thing. I'll get him on ice and that'll be my dinner. There's definitely some brim down there. Just had more hits on that cast. A nice flathead would be good today. Just before I shift off these fish, I'm just going to throw the little bait junkie prawn down there, see if I can't catch another brim. Straight away, but I think that's a little flathead. No, little brim. Just the way he was shaking his head made me think he was a little floody. Just a little fella. A couple of good whacks then, and that's what's happened to the soft plastic. So to fix that, I'm just going to put a little bit of super glue on the jig head. If I can get some out, there we go. And then that'll fix the fish pulling the soft plastic down the hook. Well, I've got this low light. I'm going to go back to the bent minnow, see if we can't pick up another tailor, or hopefully a decent trevally as well. Back to the squidgy prawn. I'm convinced there's got to be a flathead here somewhere. I'll keep chipping away and try and get one. What is that? That was a tailor with that soft plastic in his mouth, I think. Bit through the loop knot. He sort of swam towards me, and as soon as I put a little bit of pressure on him, managed to bite through it. That's a 140mm squidgy wriggler. I'm going to put that straight back down where I got that bite. I think this rod has a little bit heavier leader. I think it's 16 pound or 20 pound on this one. Hopefully he's got a mate. There's a fish. Dropped him. Wasn't real big. Oh, that's a good whack. Through that, straight back to where I got those 2 bites from. There's a bite. I don't mind the bigger soft plastic, just got to get the hooks into them. Oh, there's another bite. Oh, whatever this is, just ate that lure on the drop. Oh wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's a stud brim on the 140mm squidgy wriggler. That's a 1/2 ounce 5/0 jig head, so I've done pretty well to hook that one, I reckon. He's got a few sores on him, so I won't keep that one for a feed. I'll get him back in the water and let him fight another day. Straight away got hit on the drop again. These brim don't mind the bigger lure. Just hooking them's the drama. I'll throw a brim soft plastic in there and see what happens. That makes a difference going to a smaller hook. And that's another lovely brim, that one. He's in really good condition. That's the lure, little bait junkie prawn. I think it's 2.35 inches they call it. A little bit of S factor. I'm running 10-pound leader on this rod at the moment, which I don't know if I'll get away with that for much longer when the sun comes up, but at the moment I like it because if I hook a tailor or a trevally or something a bit bigger than a brim, I've got half a chance. The brim are just loving this bigger squidgy. I reckon I'm getting more hits on the bigger soft plastic than what I am the small one. I want to persevere though, because I reckon there'll be some quality fish under this bridge. And this bigger soft plastic's going to be the go. Got a little bait junkie prawn rigged up on a hidden weight. On this rod we've got 4-pound straight through fluorocarbon, so I'm gonna whack it around the pylons, see if we can't pick up a couple more brim that are sitting up high in the water column. Same thing, gonna whack the S factor on it. There we go. Not a huge brim, but around the pylons I knew that was going to work. It's a real dead ringer for like a little jelly prawn or something, so it was definitely going to catch a brim. There we go. That's another lovely tailor. He'll be the same as the one that bit me off on the squidgy prawn wriggler a little bit earlier. That time I got him on the bait casting gear with the 140mm squidgy wriggler. I'll sort him out and get him in the icebox with the other one. Just going to quickly swap over to the little prawn lure before we move on to the next set of pylons. Landed that right smack bang on the pylon, and there's a fish. Those brim will be hugging that structure quite tightly at the moment. Haven't got much run left in the tide. So far this morning, most of the bream are pretty good quality. He's not as big as a couple of the fish, but still a good one. Missed that fish about 6 times before I eventually got the hooks into it. Another nice one. The bream have really come on now. I'm still getting away with the 10-pound leader as well, which is nice. Chunky fish. He's got a real nasty looking sore on the back of him. I don't know if something's attacked him or whether that's a bit of an ulcer or what, but he still looks pretty healthy other than that. Nice fat fish. Just hooked up at the base of that pylon. As soon as I really put some load on the fish, got bitten through, so I'd say that's another tailor. That bream ate it on the drop. Once again, threw it right into the pylon. Except it's not a bream. Finally caught a trevally. I thought we would have caught a few more of these this morning. It's only a little fella, he's tiny. Hopefully his big brother's in there somewhere. Oh, that's a decent fish. I think it's another tailor. I'm only on 10-pound leader on this rod, so fingers crossed I can get him in. Oh, there he goes, bit me off. This time I've opted for the little Crush City Creeper. 1 12th ounce jig head, size 1 hook. Still running the 10-pound leader, which I think we're going to need at a minimum with those tailor around. So there we go. Didn't take too long to catch one of those bream. Not a huge fish, but this bridge I think is pretty well loaded with fish like that today. 3 pylons, 3 brim. That one's a bit better than the last one. Feels a bit more solid. Just a good little scrapper. Fish basically hooked himself. Nice little brim. Surely I'll get a fish off that cast. That was right on the post. And yep, there he is. Often on the Gold Coast, as the sun comes up, you'll need to drop down to a lighter leader. I'm still using 10 pound and getting away with it, which I really love. This is getting a little bit silly now. Every cast that I land really close to the pylon, seem to catch a fish at the moment. You can see the Rapala Crush City in the mouth of that fish. I think it wouldn't matter what you use here at the moment, they're going to eat it. They're not huge fish, but they're a whole lot of fun, especially when they're biting like this. This is insane. There's surely going to be some bigger fish here, so I might put the spin rod down for a little bit and pick up the bait casting gear and see if I can't catch something a little bit bigger. had that hot run of bream and it's gone quiet since, so I don't know what really changed. We've got the run out tide now. It's not a bad fish. That's my first fish in about 15 minutes. Like I was saying, we had a really hot run there and just started to go a little bit quiet, but might be back into them. That fish pretty well hooked himself. Just let him eat it. It's funny, that's 3 from 3 casts. And it, like I was saying, it had just gone quiet for 15 minutes. I don't know why it is that way, but often where you'll get one, you'll get several. See you, mate. Well, I've had an awesome time fishing the bridges here this morning, but I'm gonna go look for a little bit of variety. I was hoping to get a flathead or two, so I'm gonna go and spend the rest of the morning on the flats, see if we can't catch one. We've just pulled up on the first flat that I'm going to try, just out in the Broadwater. I'm going to start with the squidgy prawn. Like I was saying, flathead would top the day off nicely now. So we had a lot of fun fishing the bridge this morning. Hopefully I can end the day with a couple of flathead. There we go. Didn't take too long to get the first floodie. Beautiful area that I'm in. Tide starting to drain off these flats here. He's a nice fish too. Not huge, but good table size. Not a massive floodie, but like I was saying, he'll be beautiful for the table, so I'll get him straight on ice and that'll go nicely with my dinner tonight. It's definitely been a bit quiet on the flathead front this morning. That said, I've got a nice feed of fish to take home and we've had plenty of fun. I'll go and try having one drift out near the seaway and then we'll call it a day. Well, that brings me to the end of another episode and I've had an awesome morning fishing down on the Gold Coast. The bridge was certainly the winner. I probably could have stayed there and caught a few more fish this morning, but I wanted to explore and do something different. I hope that you've been getting something from my content. If you have, make sure that you subscribe so you can stay up to date. And I hope that you're getting out on the water and catching a few fish.